right, people. Been a long couple of weeks, but here we are. Zion. I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired, but I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead. God damn it, ambush!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Fallout New Vegas build. My name is Michael, and today I'll be taking you through the build that you guys voted in on Facebook, The Trader. If you want to vote for next week's build, be sure to head to our Facebook page via the link in the description. While you're there, be sure to check out our massive video, The Ideal Fallout 4, and to share it with your friends. So, the Trader is obviously a more passive build than usual, and as many of you have said, you wanted a slight break from violent characters, but not too long of a break. The Trader is of course all about the dosh and maintaining an economic position of fuck you. To get the most out of this build, you're also going to want the Gunrunner's Arsenal DLC. The Trader originates from Junktown and lived there until he was in his early 20s. He grew up in his father's shop, which was a general goods store that had a reputation for stocking all kinds of unique items. The Trader spent most of his time as a child in the shop, and his father even changed the shop name to Cole & Son. The son was named Chris, so yeah, if you want to give your build an actual name, ours is called Chris Cole. The Trader learned everything he knew from his father, and his father loved having him in the shop. He worked a charm with customers and would always convince them to buy products with his childish innocence and bargaining attempts. His father would go scavenging with him and teach him about getting the most value out of items found in the wasteland. Together, they were making a killing. The father was making huge profits and the son was enjoying the whole experience. As the son grew older and older, as childs do, his father eventually did as well and passed away of old age. The father was substantially older than usual for a father of a young child. When his son was 8, he was 55. The father left the entire shop to the Trader, however, the Trader didn't want it anymore. He thought back on the great memories he had here, but realized that his life would not remain in this building. He wanted to travel, and the shop would only remind him of his father that was now gone. His father would be proud if he could make even more money than he would at the shop, and so that is what he planned to do. He took the most valuable and easily portable inventory, sold the building, and traveled the wasteland selling goods to people he knew would likely have a lot of caps. He went all around California, into Oregon, and even as far south as northern parts of Mexico. He'd collect goods, sell and trade them, acquire companions, and lose companions too. He always had a thing for interesting companions that would fascinate him on his journeys, and at one point he even had a pet fire gecko. Eventually, however, he was robbed by a bunch of raiders during the night at gunpoint, and unfortunately for him, they also killed his fire gecko. The Trader was upset by this, but not too much. He only had it for a few weeks and he was not too attached to it. Something made him feel like it would eventually turn on him anyway. The Trader then headed to the Mojave and couldn't find anything of good value to scavenge between where he was and the town of Prim. The land was surprisingly bare. Arriving in Prim, he got a courier job to try and get funds to open up shop there, and also to explore a bit and suss out a good place where he might get goods from. It was during this adventure, however, that he was shot in the head. The Trader is persistent, and after his hardship, he will finally go out and make some serious money. The Trader is a charismatic slicker. He'll sell fire to hell and water to a well. Remember, you're playing as a top salesman and a funny guy who travels with strange but powerful companions for fun and protection. He's also a pretty strong guy who's learned to carry heaps of stuff. Starting off in the Mojave Wasteland, the Trader is going to have 7 points of strength, 2 points of perception, 6 endurance, 10 charisma of course, 5 intelligence, 5 agility, and 5 luck. The Trader was always very average when it came to those last 3 attributes. However, when it came to being charismatic, as we know, he scored a full 10. When it comes to strength, 7 is obviously to represent the fact that he's strong to help him use his melee weapon better, and to carry more loot which he can sell. Endurance is slightly above average due to his hardy efforts of traveling across the wasteland, and perception is only 2 because he actually has pretty bad eyesight. The traits we recommend are good-natured and skilled, but you can get 4 eyes and give him glasses if you want to try out a new trait. Good-natured will give you 5+ to all your social passive skills, including but not limited to barter, speech, and repair, which happen to be your tag skills and your major skills, but the trait also takes away 5 points from your combat skills. This will only affect your minor skills, which are simply melee and guns, which is how you attack, and this is countered by the skilled trait. This is because skilled gives you 5+ to all your skills, and as you know, it's a super helpful trait. With an endgame build, endgame estimated around level 30 or so, but of course you can go higher, this is what you're going to want. For your gear, it is pretty basic. As we've seen on other traders, we're going to have the roving trader outfit and the roving trader hat. It makes sense, we rove around the place and we are also a trader. These clothing options will actually give you 5+ to your barter per piece for a total of 10+ to your barter. Now this is of course not much help at the end of the game when you've maxed barter out, but of course it'll be a lot more effective throughout the start of the game, so get the clothes as early as possible. Your weaponry is what will really separate you from other traders in the wasteland, besides of course your ridiculous charisma, and we have weapons for all kinds of distances too. We've got close quarter combat covered with the unique fire axe called Knock Knock, and this is a favorite of the trader. He actually loves it for its color scheme. Your next weapon is for ranged attacks and is literally called That Gun, and it's a unique pistol you can find in Novak. It has an incredibly cool sound when you reload it. This is used for short medium distance fighting, and the Mexican themed gun, I think pronounced S.P.E.C.I.A.L, will be used for long range fighting. This is the unique hunting rifle you've seen throughout the video, and it's Gunrunner's arsenal. When it comes to implants, you can get whatever ones you'd like, and of course, as usual, we recommend the subdermal armor implant before anything else. If you don't have implants, you're going to have the same attributes you start with, which again were 7 strength, 2 perception, 6 endurance, 10 charisma, 5 intelligence, 5 agility, and 5 luck. Whatever else you want to add upon, such as strength, is up to you. When it comes to the essential perks for the trader, you're going to have Ferocious Loyalty, Pack Rat, Strong Back, Heavy Weight, Jury Rigging, Long Haul, Super Slam, and Burden to Bear. Ferocious Loyalty results in your companions gaining a massive 50% resistance to damage if your health drops below 50% in battle, and this is of course helpful for the trader as he will be using 2 companions. Pack Rat is the next essential perk, and this makes items with a weight of 2 or less weigh half as much for you. This is of course a great perk as you'll want to carry around as much as you can so you can sell it later. A true test of your Tetris skills. Strong Back lets you carry an additional 50 pounds of equipment, and Heavy Weight will allow you to cut the weight of all weapons weighing more than 10 in half. Chris Cole likes to work out. Jury Rigging, as you likely know, allows you to repair weapons with roughly similar weapons, and Long Haul is used so that you can still fast travel if you're over encumbered. Finally, Super Slam is used for crowd control as it will give you a 30% chance of knocking enemies to the ground with your melee as it is a 2-handed weapon, and Burden to Bear is the last perk which will stack another 50 pounds of space onto your carry weight. When it comes to the main storyline, the trader will be siding with whoever he decides is best for trade. Yes Man and House are certainly good options. House is of course gonna pay the trader a great amount of caps that can be used to invest in enterprise and getting more goods, and Yes Man will let him manipulate the big picture to his liking. Certain groups are beneficial for trade, you can make sure they're in the best position to survive. In terms of companions, the trader will use Rex and Lily, and he picks Lily because it fits in with him needing to carry stuff. She obviously looks like she can carry a lot, and the trader is a real scavenger type. The real reason, of course, for his friend choices, besides the protection they offer, is of course the companionship itself. He loves interacting with the wacky, weird, and the different. And that wraps up this week's Fallout build, The Trader. Thank you for watching, and please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Fallout on Fudge Muppet. Remember, if you want to know how to allocate all the perks and skills at each level, you can see it in the part 2 video. Again, be sure to check out our ideal Fallout 4 video in the description box and share our channel with a friend. It's a massive help. My name is Michael, this was The Trader, and I'll see all of you lovely people soon with new videos on Fudge Muppet.